The first time I met Kelly, she was at my house. She was sitting on my living room couch wearing a purple dress. I'll never forget it. It was her smile and her personality that really made me attracted to her. This one's simple, being overly good looking and excessively charming. I knew she was nervous going to the first date, so I decided to tone down the looks, go easy on the charm, make it a little easier for her. The whole day was one of the best days of my life. And to have the two families come together, most of them, and celebrate with us, um, I truly, truly feel lucky. I feel like we have two of the best families in the world. The moment I will remember the most, though, is right before the proposal. I'm nervous and shaking, and Kelly's la doo dee dying or doing whatever she does. I think she might have been on her phone at the time. But the magnitude of that moment that I was about to ask my best friend and love of my life to marry me is truly something I'll remember for the rest of my life. Looking forward to standing up at the altar and watching Kelly walk down the aisle and saying I do, as well as proving to Mrs. Tidwell how phenomenal of a dancer I am. She thinks I'm terrible. She clearly hasn't seen me dance. Having one of those absolute, unstoppable, uncontrollable laughing fits in the church, at the wedding, those ones where you just cannot stop no matter what. Uh, that and the tent floor that I'm supposed to build caving in on everybody at the wedding. They are looking to go to Hawaii in February. Hawaii is also called the Island of Adventure. Little does Kelly know, yours truly will be planning the itinerary. Hiking, biking, backpacking, skydiving, fishing, camping, waterfalls. I mean, the options are limitless over here. But there's this one trip. You take this little boat out to the island of Kauai, and it's called the Nepali Coast Trail. And you hike 11 miles through the jungle, along the coast, up the mountains, and you end up on this little beach under the stars where you camp out and stay the night, and then you hike back the 11 miles and get picked up the next day. So that's probably the thing I'm looking forward to most for the honeymoon. Nervous about for a honeymoon is if Kelly signs us up for couples massages. They're uncomfortable, I don't like the way they feel, and I want to get out of there after 2 minutes. I did one once and it was awful. They couldn't loosen up my back. I had two ladies jumping all over me for about 20 minutes, and all I could think about was getting the heck out of there. So I hope we don't have to do that. First time I knew I was in love was we were in a cab and Kelly reached out and held my hand for the first time. Ever since that moment, uh, she's the last thing I think about when I go to bed and the first thing I think about when I wake up. Oh, oh, did you ask me something? Yeah, I asked you something 3.5 hours ago. Went to Home Depot and back, built a house. It's like talking to a wall. The thing I don't get is Cal will have 18 different threads going on with the same people. Katie and Susie will be in a fight, so we had to leave Katie out of this one. Courtney's in this one. I honestly don't get it. It's like having a full-time job. It's actually impressive, to be honest. I'll tell you what, though, when we're married, she's getting her own cell phone bill. The most annoying thing I do is when she's dressed up or least expecting it, probably on her cell phone, I'll be very quiet and I'll sneak up to her and do this. Shouldn't be a question. It's pretty easy. For the boy, we've got Kimball Sturges, meaning chief of all warriors. Who wouldn't want a chief warrior for a son? And we can't leave the girl out, so we're going to name her Kahira Sturges, female warrior. Kimball and Kahira, the perfect names. April Fool's Day, 2022. Our little girl Kahira and I are sitting in the driveway. This morning we have changed the ringtone to Kelly's phone to that song, I'm a Barbie girl in this Barbie world. Dun, 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 dun. We've also tied an inflatable Santa Claus underneath Kelly's car. We're waving goodbye to Kelly to go to work. Kelly drives down the street. She starts dragging this inflatable Santa Claus behind her car. Kahira looks up at me, slaps me high five. Life is good. My biggest fear in life would be letting my family down. Biggest regret in life would be not asking Kelly out sooner. Possession, I think Kelly's going to say, is my excavator. I let her drive it one day, right here. Thank God nobody got killed that day. But I'd also say my mother's original painting she gave me of the fountain in Richfield. Most memorable date was the first one. I took her to revel in the city, and then we went to Bubby's on the High Line. My superpower would be to fly amongst the eagles, plain and simple. I don't know if you knew this, but Kelly had a superpower back in college. Show you a little picture here. She's got her suit, her belt with the refreshments, the cape. Her jersey had the words Refreshinator written on it, and she was very efficient at making sure everyone had the type of refreshment that they needed at the time. Choose Jennifer Garner and Matt Damon. The characteristic that stands above the rest for me is having a sense of humility, being grateful and humble for all the gifts that you have. I think it'd have to be Chubby Hubby from Ben and Jerry's. You got all these different ingredients coming into this one ice cream. You got almonds, you got pretzels, you got chocolate covered fudge, peanut butter, malt, vanilla. Who knows? You actually have ingredients you probably never even heard of in this ice cream. It could be weird, it could be sweet, it could be sour. The point is, for better or for worse, you're not really sure what you're going to get with each bite. Of everything about Kelly, but if I had to choose a couple things, it would be her sense of humor and how much she values and loves her family.